Right, good evening, sport lovers. The breaking news this evening is that South Africa has been hammered with 3 point deduction for feeding an ineligible player against Lesotho in one of their World Cup qualifiers. So I think most Nigerians receive the news as probably a good news, but I really don't know if I should be happy about the breaking news or sad about the breaking news. But that notwithstanding, it's still a plus for Nigeria because before the big breaking news, South Africa were already 17 points and Nigeria was 11. And if Nigeria had even won their two matches, that would only take them to 17 points, which we know definitely South Africa will either win or draw. At least South Africa would definitely get at least a point, which Nigeria would have not still been able to catch up with them. And as it stands right now, the group is honestly opened again. The Benin Republic are on top of the group with good differences, but another interesting thing is that Nigeria still has to face Benin Republic, but South Africa, on the other hand, we neither face Nigeria or Benin Republic. So, for me, I think South Africa has the less tougher opponent in the group, with Nigeria and Benin Republic still having to dig it out. So, it's definitely going to be either South Africa. That's my own analysis or view of the group C that Nigeria is currently in. It's definitely going to be South Africa or Nigeria. Every Nigerian wants Nigeria to qualify for the World Cup, but also South Africa since 2020, when they hosted the World Cup, has never been to the World Cup. So for them, it's like a dream come true too, for them to be at the World Cup. But let's look at some analysis about the Group C that Nigeria is currently in. For me, I think Group C is at the moment the group that has the least points, because if you go through the other groups in the qualifiers, let's start with Group A. If you go through the other groups in the qualifiers, you will even notice that most teams that are second in those groups are even having higher points than Nigeria. Africa has 54 countries, and what CAF did to ensure that every country has equal chance to qualify for the World Cup competition is to divide the countries into 9 groups of 6 countries each. So automatically, the top team from each group is definitely going to have automatic qualification to the World Cup. Why 4 of the second best placed team in those groups are going to have an opportunity to do a playoff where one of the country will not have the opportunity to join the already 9 that has qualified already. That's to say, automatically one team is going to qualify from each of the 9 groups, while we're still going to have one team joining them after the playoff. So it's not even looking good for Nigeria if they don't qualify automatically from their group, because if you look at Group A, the current leader of that group is Egypt. Egypt are on 20 points, and you see Burkina Faso on 15 points. Even Burkina Faso, who is second on Group A, are even having a higher point than Nigeria or South Africa at the moment, who is currently on 14 points. Then if you look at Group B, we have Senegal topping those group and DR Congo sitting second. in that group. And if you take a look at Group C, which Nigeria is currently, we have Benin Republic and South Africa squaring up with at 14 points. If you look at Group D, we have Cape Verde 19 points, surprisingly, and Cameroon there with 15 points. If we go to Group E, we have Morocco 21 points, and Tanzania is currently on 10 points. Ivory Coast is on 20 points, Gabon on 19 points. Group G, we have Algeria on 19 points and Uganda on 15 points. Tunisia of Group H is currently the group leader there with 22 points, followed by Namibia, who has 15 points. Ghana is currently at the top of Group I with 19 points. Madagascar are there, are sitting second with 16 points. Now we have Group J. Group J is it's a group that comprises of all second place team in each of the 9 group, and currently we have Gabon sitting 19 points. You even see that Gabon, who are second in their own group, are currently sitting as it stands right now at the one of the fourth team to go for the playoff. We have Madagascar there, we have DR Congo, and also we have Burkina Faso. So we have Cameroon there with 15 points, Namibia 15 points, Uganda 15 points, South Africa 14 points, and Tanzania 10 points. If the groups are to end like this, South Africa will not even participate in the second place. They will not even participate in the playoffs. So you see that the only hope for Nigeria to qualify to the World Cup is to top the group, because there is obviously no way Nigeria can qualify through the playoff. If we win our remaining 2 matches and we end up second in the group, definitely we are going to have 17 points. And from 17 points, from what we are seeing on this group, the least, the fourth team there, who are Burkina Faso, are currently sharing 15 points with Cameroon, Namibia, and Uganda. There's every tendency that these teams that are on 50 points, they can definitely win one of their matches. So if they win one of their matches, that's going to take them to 18. That means Nigeria does not have the chance of going to the playoffs. So the only option for Nigeria right now is to win, and win outrightly. That's to say, they have to top that group. They have to top that Group C. And if we take a look at some analysis, Nigeria currently has 2 matches to go. Likewise, South Africa and Benin Republic. And it's interesting for us to know that South Africa are going to play Zimbabwe and Rwanda. They're going to play Zimbabwe away, then take on Rwanda at their home stadium. So Nigeria is going to play host to Benin Republic. That's the last match. Then away, they're going to go to Lesotho. So Nigeria has to win their remaining 2 matches to stand any chance of qualifying to the World Cup. So Nigeria has played Lesotho 5 times. They've won 4 of that 5 meetings and drew 1. That's to say, last meeting with Lesotho that ended in a draw at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium right there in Uyo, Nigeria, was the first, or rather was the best result Lesotho has ever gotten against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And Nigeria has won 4 of those meetings, scoring 10 goals and conceding only 3. So it's safe to say Nigeria has a good chance away to Lesotho, irrespective or not minding what happened here in Uyo. We can say that Nigeria obviously are in pole position to win that match. The last time Nigeria faced Lesotho, which was in Uyo, was on the 16th of November 2023, and as we all know, that game ended in a draw, 1-1 draw. So Nigeria has to do everything possible to at least win their last 2 matches, and hope that Zimbabwe do us a favor against South Africa. And if we take a look at South Africa last two fixtures, it's going to be Zimbabwe versus South Africa on October 6th, and South Africa is going to play host to Rwanda October 13th. If you look at the head-to-head between these two countries, South Africa and Zimbabwe, they've met 10 times. South Africa has won 6 of those meetings, and Zimbabwe has won 2 of those meetings, and the other 2 of those meetings has ended in a draw. Let's not forget that the last time South Africa played Zimbabwe, which was in the World Cup qualifier, that was on the 12th of June 2024. South Africa won that match 3-1. So it's safe to say that the last time they met, South Africa had a upper hand. So it's Nigeria are going to be relying on Zimbabwe to do us a huge favor when they play host to South Africa. Then their last match is going to be against Rwanda, and we hope that at least Nigeria, South Africa probably we lose one of those matches, and hopefully Nigeria wins their remaining 2 matches and are top of the group. And that tricky thing here is that even if Nigeria wins their remaining 2 matches, that's going to take Nigeria to 17 points. And as we all know, South Africa, if they win one of their remaining 2 matches, that's going to take them to 70 points. So head-to-head wise, the both matches ended in a 1-1 draw. So obviously they are going to rely on the goal scored. I think from the record, South Africa currently has better goals comparison with Nigeria. So I actually think the World Cup qualifier in Group C, which Nigeria is currently in, is going to linger to the last day, because Nigeria is going to play host to Benin Republic right here at Akwa Ibom, and that is going to be an honest decider, because currently Benin Republic has 2 matches, one against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So if they win their next match, they are definitely going to be on 70 points. And if South Africa, irrespective of what happens in South Africa in the last match of in South Africa versus Zimbabwe match, they are still going to hope that Nigeria beats Benin Republic so that they are able to qualify for the World Cup. However, Nigeria has played Benin Republic 19 times. Nigeria has won 14 of those meetings, drew 2, and Benin Republic has won 2 of those meetings. I think the Super Eagles' hope of qualifying to the next year World Cup is definitely slim. So that's why you see I'm honestly not excited, except a miracle happens. Nigeria might not go to the World Cup, but we keep on believing, we keep on hoping. We are patriotic Nigerians. Let's keep on praying for the Super Eagles of Nigeria and hope that they are able to win their remaining 2 matches, and also hope that South Africa lose one of their match, so that at the end of the day we'll rely on head-to-head. I wish the Super Eagles the best side of success as they embark on the remaining 2 must-win matches against Lesotho on the 6th of October and also on the 13th October right there at the Godswill at Babu Stadium. Hopefully we'll be able to give you live coverage of that match. Thank you.